And then
So,
you had mentioned with brokers, some of your concerns. Do you mind talking about that a little bit?
so there's a real problem with broker transparency, and what that means, if someone doesn't know, is, if you get a load brokered, you get a brokered load, or even if you've been hauling for somebody and they're kind of brokering the load for you, you don't really know exactly how much that load pays. I mean, you get a piece of paper that says this is what we're going to pay you, and you get 80% of this amount. We don't really know if that's actually what the amount is. So there's legislation, there's regulations that says they have to, if you ask, they have to tell you how much it is, except they don't. And if you ask, you're a troublemaker, you either won't get the load, or they'll say, oh, the only way we can show you this is if you come to the office, even if the main office is 500 miles away. Well, you can't do that. They also put things in the contract that you sign saying that you're waiving the right to know how much a load pays. So the reason that this was so much highlighted a couple of years ago is when COVID first started, we were running, oh my God, we were running so hard. I run ice cream. I run reefer, and I run your Klondike bars. And you know what? I needed my Klondike bars during the COVID. Everyone else needed theirs too. And all of a sudden the rates were dropping. And we're like, what's going on? Why would the rates be dropping? And so when we would ask, they said, oh, that's just the way it is. They're dropping. And we just felt that it had more to do with brokers thinking they had a way of getting over on drivers, taking a bigger cut of the pie without you knowing what was happening. And we were running all over the road. I mean, we were running from load to load, couldn't find anything to eat. The restaurants are closed, the bathrooms are closed. It was hard. So finally, when everyone kind of seemed to have had enough and everyone started really, raising Cain about it, all of a sudden they're starting to think about looking at it. And actually, when I spoke up at the meeting yesterday, my understanding is after the meeting that, yeah, they are going to start looking at it again, because there has to be a better way. They make us use electronic logs. Why can't they make a broker electronically send us what the load really is and what it really pays?
That's really fair. Do you feel like with brokers that you were saying that you could get blacklisted for even asking about?
Oh, absolutely. If you ask and push it, and push wanting to see, then you're not going to get another load from them. We've been fairly lucky. We've been primarily hauling for one company for a long time, but still we got to stay on top of them. If we're on top of them and we're really aware of what the rates are and what's going on, and that's where OOIDA comes in. And that's actually I'm actually on the board. And I decided to become part of the board because when I started 12 years ago, I knew nothing. And I could call and a person would answer the phone and tell me where my answers. If they couldn't answer, they would tell me where to find an answer. So I wanted to give back to who had given so much to me.